Welcome back. President Trump slamming the Russia probe at his rally in Wisconsin.
The radical, liberal Democrats put all their hopes behind their collusion delusion, which has now been totally exposed to the world as a complete and total fraud. The greatest political hoax in American history. It really has been.
And now the Democrat-led House Judiciary Committee is scheduled to grill Attorney General Barr on his handling of Mueller's final report on Thursday.
Joining us now is a member of that committee, Republican Congressman Louie Gohmert of Texas. Congressman, thanks for being here.
Great to be with you, Pete. Thank you.
You'll be in that committee room, of course, controlled by Democrats, Jerry Nadler, on Thursday.
That's the way it is.
They're bringing, yeah, that's right. Bringing the Attorney General before the committee. What do you expect?
I expect that since there's more Democrats than there are Republicans, they're going to spend all their time beating up on Barr and wanting to continue the hoax the president was talking about. And rather than hoax, I think a better word would be projecting. It's what Clinton made famous. You do something wrong, and then you project that conduct on your opponents, as they're doing. Now we know there was Russia collusion. There was a Russia conspiracy, collusion not being illegal. We know that there was Fusion GPS hired by the Clinton campaign. They hired Nellie Orr, wife of Bruce Orr, one of the top guys at the FBI. They hire a foreign agent, former MI6 Christopher Steele. He didn't even go to Russia. He's talking by phone and email to Russian agents. That's a conspiracy. That's collusion. They're the ones that had the Russia conspiracy to try to take down Trump.
So will that come up in the hearing this week?
Oh, you bet it will. You bet it will, because that's really what went on here. And so when they talk about all these allegations against Trump, now we know this is exactly what they were doing, and then they were blaming President Trump. And it hadn't stopped in Congress. I mean, earlier today, after this tragic shooting at the synagogue, you had somebody saying, well, I blame this violence on the president's rhetoric. You've got the most pro-Israel. I mean, for heaven's sake, he's got a son-in-law that's Jewish. This man has done more for Israel, according to Netanyahu, than any president we've ever had, and yet they want to call him anti-Semitic. Again, watch what they say and figure there's a good chance they're projecting. It's what they're doing, and they're projecting that on the president. Look, it was the Democrats who were the only people who would not call out and condemn specific anti-Semitic remarks. And there's a price for not doing that.
Let's go back to your job in the House, and that is, there seems to be a couple of roads here. They could go immigration. There's a crisis there. They could go infrastructure. Yes, could have agreement. But it seems it's impeachment. In another committee, in the Intelligence Committee, you've got Adam Schiff, the chairman there. Yeah. Now, he had some comments on Bill Maher Friday night. Why don't you take a listen?
If we had any doubt before about this president's fitness for office, there is no doubt remaining. He is unfit for the presidency.
But this was our big gun. Now it just looks like you're stalking him. The fact that he was like, I don't. If you couldn't impeach before, how are you going to impeach after?
Stalking?
Interesting comment from Maher.
Bill Maher, at least he's candid enough to say, our big gun. This was what we were going to try to blow away the president with. Hopefully he was talking figuratively, but this is where this is all going. You blast the president, and I said previously here that Mueller was going to try to drag out the investigation as long as he possibly could. I know personally he would love to have drugged this out through the 2020 election, but they got nothing. They had to end it. And so now the Democrats will keep talking about the report and President Trump to keep from talking about the FBI, the DOJ, the intel community being corrupted. The fact the fact that Hillary Clinton's personal server was hacked, despite what some of these high people at the FBI said, and we know that through the intel community IG, and Frank Rucker found it himself. So
I know people across the country are deeply concerned about why this investigation was started to begin with, and hoping that people in Congress will prioritize investigating the investigators, because the focus has been on President Trump. Maybe the focus should have been on what was the justification for this to begin with. Can we count on people in Congress, Republicans in Congress, to take this seriously?
Well, several years ago, I would have told you that Jerry Nadler will be at the forefront of investigating these violations of civil rights, civil liberties. But he is so much invested in the smokescreen, the projecting on Republicans, what they have done. Jedidiah, you know, you look at the FISA courts and the lies that were perpetuated on this judge. When I was a felony judge, if somebody had come in and gotten a warrant once, 4 times, there'd be lawyers going to jail for committing that fraud upon the court. And under our rules in Texas, if there is a fraud upon the court, you don't even have to have a hearing. You can just send them to jail.
Well, Congressman Louie Gohmert, thank you for
so
joining
much.
us.
No, it's great being with you all.
Always watch you on Thursday.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.